Hi, beautiful people. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good week. I hope everything's going well. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Just wanted to quickly tell you guys to subscribe if you haven't, and also turn on the notification bell. Anywho, so today's topic, I just wanted to have a kind of like a chit chat with you guys. There's some random things that I've noticed in Ghana, some pretty random, weird, and some pretty really kind of random facts that I've seen that I just wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, so the first one is to do with wearing these babies, these masks. I know it's annoying. I know it's irritating. I know it's frustrating. I know it's something. Especially in the heat in Ghana, it's really frustrating because you're sweating a lot, and a lot of people don't like to wear it. There are people, however, who wear the mask, but I don't know if they have a misconception of what the mask is actually supposed to do. You see a lot of people, they wear the mask, right? And all you see is this. And they're walking around like this through town, close to people. It's not like they it's not like they took it off just to talk to you or to breathe for a second. It's like they're walking around just like this. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. The mask is supposed to cover your nose and your mouth, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's supposed to cover your nose and your mouth. But a lot of people, I don't think, know. I don't know. But this is what you see a lot of the time. Sometimes you see this. A lot of the time it's like this. Even if you see them sitting in the bus, in the taxis, in the market, in the malls, in the street waiting for a bus, this is what you see a lot of the times. Not like this. And it kind of irritates me. So I'm thinking, why are you even wearing it if you're not going to wear it properly? Maybe some people, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but maybe some people need the education of how to put on a mask, and why we have to put it on, and where you need to cover. Because, guys, some people I see, it's just, sometimes if I'm bold enough, I'll tell them to cover up. Other times I just make sure that I'm covered, especially when you're sitting so close to somebody. The thing that I feel is that in Ghana they think there's no corona. A lot of people walk around with the notion that nothing is there or the sun is killing it. So they tend to be around crowded places without the mask, or they don't wear it properly. However, I do see the oldies, they wear it. I've seen quite a lot of oldies, they wear the mask and then they have the shield on. So I think they're taking it pretty seriously, but it's just the young ones who tend to kind of just bluff and walk around, especially in bars and things. They don't want to wear it. But in Ghana, yeah, corona in Ghana, places, in the banks, in the malls, in any shop that you go to, you cannot enter without your mask, which is really good. They let you put your mask on before you enter. They do your temperature, and then they give you sanitizers to, and then you can wash your hands as well. So they have water and soap outside for you to wash your hands. Use the sanitizer, put your mask on before you get in the store. So which is really good. I think that's they're practicing what they're supposed to do, which is really good. So the next point I'm gonna bring up that I've noticed a lot, guys, a lot. I'm wearing the mask because I've got a few people around me. The next thing I wanted to bring up, guys, it's not like I'm looking or I go looking for it, but If there's any of you that does that, please let me know. Why do people feel that they need to just see a gutter, unzip their pants, and just whip out the anaconda, whatever you guys call it? I keep seeing that a lot, guys. I keep seeing that a lot. Like, it's kind of become the norm, I'd say. It's become the norm in a way that there's a lot of open gutters in Ghana, right? And it's mainly by the roadside. So, for example, the drivers, the bus drivers, for example, taxi, cabs, drivers and things like that, they're walking past, they stop to pick up somebody, and then they just get up and go to the gutter and whip the thing out and just like zzz everywhere, and then they finish and they're shaking it about like, seriously. And it's like the funny thing is they don't even care who's walking past, daytime, nighttime, they don't care who's walking past, who's looking. Like, sometimes I'm walking and I don't even know they're doing it, and then I'll look and I'm like, oh, like I don't even know where to look. Like, I feel embarrassed. There was one time which was really funny, kind of like a middle-aged guy, right? I was sitting by the gutter, and he stood there facing me. I was like, what the heck is this guy doing? And all of a sudden, he actually told me, which was good. He warned me before he did it. He said, I'm about to take a piss. So I was like, oh, okay, bye-bye. So I stood up and went, because I was like, you're not going to piss in front of me. Like, what the heck? I wasn't going to sit there and watch that. But it's something that they do a lot. And it's become like the norm. Like, even if you're walking past the gutter, you see the gutter, you need a wee. You don't wait to go to the restroom. You don't wait to go to the washroom or anything. You just whip it out and just do it and swing it about, shake it and dry it and put it back in and go on with your business like it never happened. Ooh. But ladies cannot do that. I have seen a couple of ladies try it though, but not in the daytime. They do it not in the gutter, but kind of like on the side where it's a bit more discreet. But I think they tend to save it or keep it till they find somewhere a bit more appropriate. But usually guys, they're used to stuff like that. The next thing I want to bring up is sleeping early. Ghana 4, like, yo. This is something I always wanted to understand. Like, every year I come, it's something that I notice all the time. They wake up super duper early, like at dawn, to start the jobs and chores and everything before they go to work, right? Even if they don't go to work, they still get up and do what they need to do, like super early. 4, 5, 6 if it's even too late for them to wake up. Like, they wake up super early. Sometimes you hear the cock crows and like the frogs making noises and stuff like that. They wake up really, really early. But what I don't get is, why do they go to bed so early? Sometimes by 7, 8, everybody's in their room. They've had a wash in their room and waiting to sleep. 8 o'clock. Who does that? And 8 o'clock, I'm like on fire, waiting for somebody to take me out, waiting for somewhere to go, looking for a place to go and chill, and everybody's sleeping. Like, what are you guys doing? So I end up going out alone. It's like the house is so quiet, the lights out, and I'm like, yo, I'm just getting ready to go out. And sometimes when you see everybody sleeping and the lights out, you kind of feel like, oh, I don't feel like going out. But it's bad. Why do you guys do that? Like, some of you, if you know, let me know. I don't get it. I tried to ask them, but it's like, they don't give me a tangible reason why they do that. But if you do know, let me know. The other thing I want to bring up that irritates me a lot. What irritates me a lot is the zebra crossing. I don't know if a lot of people just haven't been educated Once again, I'm not insulting anybody. I don't know if a lot of people have not been educated in what the road signs are supposed to be used for, what it means. Like even sometimes indicating on your car, the indicators on the car, they don't use it properly. Constant honking, it's like the knob, like PPP. The honking could be for anything, like anything, right? I'll come back to driving. That's another thing on the list. But let me finish with zebra crossing. Zebra crossing, right? For me, what I know is zebra crossing. If a pedestrian is standing on the side and they need to cross, the driver is supposed to stop, right? That's what I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what I've noticed in Ghana, guys, that line is there very, very clearly, very, very distinctively, clearly. What other big words can I use? I don't know, but it's very clear that it's a zebra crossing. And yet in the traffic, you see kids trying to go to school, cross the road. You see pregnant women with kids and children, and just normal people trying to cross the road. Cars will not stop. Cars will not stop. And I got to the point, there was one time when I was trying to cross, they wouldn't stop. And I was like, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. They still wouldn't even look at you like one bit. They were just coming with speed. And that main road is a super busy main road. You will never get to cross unless somebody stops for you. And there are times when somebody will actually stop the car and try and get the other two cars next to them to stop. It's like a 3-lane. I think I have a video somewhere. I'm going to bring it up. But they don't stop for you. And it's very, very dangerous. If you decide to cross without checking or being careful, they can knock you down. You know, it's pretty, pretty serious. So that's something I think needs to be touched on. So guys, this is zebra crossing. Everybody's going to stop. You see it, they don't stop. Okay, so he's stopping. That brings me back to driving. People don't know how to use indicators and things. Like honking is a constant thing. Indicators, you don't know what you do. You're just flashing and putting your hazard lights on for no reason. And a 2-lane turns into a 4-lane. Roundabouts, nobody give way. Even if it's your right of way, somebody will come and push through by force. It's like by force pushing through. Give me way, let me pass. You know, even on the side street, they want to come into the main road. They will not let you allow them. They will push themselves. You got to be prepared when you're driving in Ghana. Do you know what I mean? It's super frustrating, annoying, and the traffic. Guys, the traffic is something else. The traffic is something else. In the heat, stuck in traffic, you don't want to do that. So people try and pinpoint when it's quiet before they travel. And even that, there isn't any specific time where it's quiet. You know, people have started buying cars. There's a lot of cars on the road, and it's crazy. Like, I get frustrated. It's really annoying. I mean, the other day I was taking the trotro. If I take the trotro, I'm only going to take a trotro if I'm going maybe 5 or 10 minutes distance. I'm okay with that. But if I have to go a longer route, a longer journey with a trotro, I'm just gonna do something to myself. Like, seriously, they skip stopping anywhere they see somebody. They don't even stop at the bus station, like the bus stops. They stop anywhere they see somebody because they're trying to pick up, people to, they want people to board the bus. And obviously there's a lot of competition. You get a lot of people, a lot of other trotros, a lot of other buses, competing. Constantly, there's always a bus every second. So they're all trying to get people to board with them. So they're constantly stopping. So if I'm in a hurry to get somewhere, you're constantly stopping. Dude, I'm not, no, that irritated me yesterday. I was stuck an hour in traffic, and this guy was just constantly beeping and trying to get people to board, and he kept stopping every 5 seconds, and I was just getting so frustrated. So yeah, it's not something I'll personally do. I did it for the adventure and just to see how it felt like. I'm not doing that again. Anyway, the other thing is gas. The gas station, or some people call it petrol, some people call it fuel, whatever you want to call it. Gas stations in Ghana, they pump the petrol for you. Where I come from, usually you get out of the car, you park your car, you get out of the car, and you take the pump and you put it in and you pump however much you want. But in Ghana, you sit in the car, you turn off the engine, and then you ask them, or you tell them what you want, and they put it in for you. That's what they do. So that's another thing that that's another service. I mean, you don't pay for it, but that's pretty kind of easy service to have, I guess. Yeah. The other thing, which is pretty dear to my heart, that I wanted to talk about, is poverty. And I was going to say corruption, but that's a big subject. But let me just talk about poverty right now. There's a lot of poverty in Ghana. There's a lot of hassle. There's a lot of hustle. A lot of people who are trying so hard. A lot of people who are suffering. A lot of people who are in really, really bad hardship. You complain. I mean, we complain a lot about things that we go through. But when you come to Ghana, you see that there's a lot of things that you don't appreciate. Just the little things that you don't appreciate in life. You come to Ghana, you see a lot of stuff, you think, wow, I had it so good, and I was still complaining. You know what I mean? What breaks my heart, I'd say, is the mums and the babies, and kind of like the grandmas and grandpas who should be retiring. It's really heartbreaking to see those things. Grandmas and grandpas, for example, they should be retiring and enjoying life, enjoying the hard work that they've done, but rather they are outside. I've seen a few, especially in Makolat Market on the road. I've seen, oh man, especially in the Volta region, I saw a couple of women in the market still selling stuff, and I felt so sorry for her. Like, usually when they give you a price, you bargain with them, and when she gave me the price, I didn't bargain with her, and I gave her a little extra than I should have, than I would. It's just the fact that she was so fragile, and she was still out in the market, trying to make ends meet, trying to get something for herself. And it touched me in a way, and I wish there was something I could do for her, but I didn't bargain with her. I just gave her, I bought more than I should have, and I gave her kind of like an extra tip, because I thought, this could be my grandmother. I wouldn't want her to be in the market selling at this age, but she needed to make ends meet. Maybe there's nobody there to do it for her. Maybe she's still looking after somebody. I see a lot of hardship, and it's really, really difficult. Like Makola Market the other day, I saw a guy who was holding kind of like a heavy load that he was trying to sell. So you walk in, imagine the heat, even sitting in the heat, not doing anything, that is so draining, and having to travel in the heat. I mean, I could sit in the heat and like fall asleep, because the heat is very tiring. It makes you fall asleep, makes you tired without even doing anything. So imagine these people walking in the heat. Some people take 3 buses. Some people walk a long mile, like from their house to somewhere else, to another town, to go and sell what they have, and they get tired in the heat. You see them sweating. I mean, I saw this grandpa, and I was like, oh God, help him. Like, it was really, really difficult. really, really difficult to see that. And he was sweating, walking up and down, and I was thinking, why? God, help them, help your land, heal your land. The other thing I saw was a nursing mom. She had a baby. There's a lot of those. There was the baby at the back, and she was carrying a heavy load and walking up and down trying to sell. And times I saw them sitting by the side, breastfeeding the baby, and it's like lack of nutrition. She could be at home looking after this child, but she came out with the baby in the heat, walking around in the heat, and it hurts. It hurts when you see things like that. But what is the government doing about it? That's a good question. In Europe, you probably, if you don't have a job or you find it difficult to get a job, there's welfare. You get in the States, in Europe, you get help till you get a job. But in Ghana, in some other countries in Africa, there's nothing like that. So even if you are struggling, there's no welfare. Even if you're struggling, you're sick, like really sick, you cannot do anything. Even if you're, oh gosh, you cannot do anything, and there's nothing for you to eat. There's no means of anything. You have to get off the bed and go out and try and hustle in the heat, whether you like it or not, because there's no help that's going to come from anywhere. So that is hard. So when this corona issue came out and the president is telling people to stay home and not go out, stay home, don't work, stay home and don't do this, don't do that, they're thinking, how are we gonna survive? What are you telling us to stay home? What are you going to provide for us to stay home? There's a lot of people who couldn't stay home, so they had to get out and go out and try and do what they needed to do to survive. Makala, for example, it's pretty packed with a lot of people, selling, doing business and stuff like that. There's a lot of people who don't wear masks. A lot of people in the market who don't wear masks, and sanitization in the market is really bad. The smell, there's a lot of places that needs really, really good sanitization in that place. There's a lot of places that needs taken care of. There's a lot of places. Oh man, can I talk without all this noise? Sanitization is a problem right now, and I believe since Corona started, they've been doing cleaning the market once a month. But I think that it needs more than that. I think the welfare or whoever's in charge of sanitization, if you're watching this, or somebody directing to watch this, to try and get that sorted out. The gutters, the market, there's a lot of places that needs a lot of work doing, And I appreciate, last year I came, they started building a bridge that was completed when I came back. I saw it and I was like, yo, that was quick. But I have seen that they're doing certain things in certain areas. They're doing a lot of one-way system. They're doing a lot of bridges. They're doing a lot of this. They're doing a lot of that. But there's still a lot of work that needs doing. A lot of work that needs doing. So let's hope and pray that there will be changes in Ghana, because Ghana is rich and yet there's no money. Where is the money going to? That's the question we want to know, but that's the case for a different day. The other thing would be things being repaired in Ghana. Let me take you around. Let me show you something right here. This car, for example, this car is beat, like really beat, and it's been repaired for like about 100 times. It's been repaired so many times that the car is tired of being repaired. In Ghana, they don't like throwing things away very easily. They would rather repair and find ways of reviving that thing before they can give up on it. Whereas in Europe and Abuja, US, wherever we are, something spoils, you think it's more worth it to buy a new one than use the money to repair it. So we tend to throw things away anyhow. But in Ghana, it's not like that. Look at all these fridges that is sitting out here, right here. These are gone. They've been repaired like I don't know how many times, but they're still being worked on. As you can see, my man down there is, trying to work on it. They're all pretty much gone, but he's trying to see if he can revive it again before he lets go. So there's a lot of things here that that could be thrown away, but they like to repair stuff before they give up. And also like things that we easily throw away, like, chocolate tins, like the tin boxes that you finish eating chocolate and you throw it away. Here they use it and kind of store things inside. Or even boxes. You empty your box, you think it's just trash, you want to throw it away, but they use it to store things inside, so Ghana is good for recycling. They do a lot of recycling for things that we would easily throw away. So yeah, this is another imperative. I want you guys to listen to me very closely. This is very important. When it comes to pickpocketing in Ghana, it's serious, okay? It's serious. Fine, there's crime in every country, don't get me wrong. There is crime in every country. But in Ghana, there is crime. So that isn't something that should shock anyone. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ghana is good. It's a good country, very peaceful, very, friendly people. I'm not going to take that back, because I love Ghana. I wouldn't come otherwise if it was a threat or whatever. It's a good place, but at the same time, it has its crime like any other country. When people are suffering, people are going through stuff, they have no means of living and things like that. Some people resort to stealing and pickpocketing, which shouldn't justify it, but that's just what happened. I'm giving you the ugly and, and the other side. I'm giving you the other side of the coin as well. I've seen a few things that have happened, especially in crowded places. So if you come into Ghana and you want to know how things are, I would advise you to just be in public, be very, very careful. I've seen people, they're very sneaky to the point where you would not feel or see them do it. So if you have a handbag or a bag, you have to hold it very tight to you, close to you, because they can easily open the zip and take your purse out. You wouldn't even know. When it comes to phones, do not be in the market, do not be in the crowded places, do not be so close to people where you're just browsing on your phone for just browsing's sake. Dude, what are you doing? Wait till you get home. Wait till you're out of town or something. Do not browse when you're in crowded places, because they could easily just snatch the phone off you and off they go, right? Sometimes I've been doing that a lot, and I've had so many people tell me, so now I'm extra vigilant. If you get a message or a phone call that isn't imperative, do not even take the phone out to answer or reply. Wait till you get away from where you are. The other important thing I wanted to trash out here is that when you're sitting in the car and you have your window open, that happens. I've seen that happen. Somebody was on the phone. I shouldn't laugh. Somebody was on the phone and they were sitting in the car was driving them, and I think there was a bit of traffic and the window was open. So let's say the window is on the side, right, open, and they were on the phone, and somebody on the bike just went past, grabbed the phone off the person while they were on the phone and just drove away. And the guy was like, seriously? And obviously there was traffic, he couldn't move the car or he couldn't get out and chase them. So as much as it's funny, it would be good if you stay extra vigilant. If the window isn't closed, do not be on the phone. do not be on the phone. It can be snatched out of your hands. And so many times I get a call, I'm in the car, I'm thinking I'm safe. I answer the phone call, and then the taxi driver will be telling me, you know what, switch your hands, put it on the other side, or just don't answer your phone. So yeah, it's pretty important to be vigilant. There's a lot of things that go on in Ghana that we are unaware of. There are other things that Ghana is sweet. I'm talking about vibe in Ghana. Ghana is sweet. There's life in Ghana. If you have money, you can have fun in Ghana. You can do a lot of stuff in Ghana. You don't just work and not have life. A lot of people don't have work, they don't have money, but they know how to kind of like bring happiness and joy out, and just, even if you don't have any money, even if you don't have money to spend, you can just go and sit on the beach, get a breeze blowing on your face, and just like sip some water, mind your business, so it's good in that sense. But Ghana is going through poverty at the same time. There's a lot of people who are suffering. There are times I come to Ghana and kind of donate stuff to, vulnerable kind of like children and mothers and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think the government needs to step up and do a lot more than they do right now. But yeah, Ghana, I love Ghana. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be coming. There's sweetness, there's richness, there's culture, the tradition, there's everything in one. There's a lot of stuff. You could even go to a place, like say a bar or something, and just sit there and just watch people interact with each other. I love that. I like to go and sit down and just see how people vibe with each other, the dance moves, and the way they debate with each other, the way they kind of like just get it on, guys. It's I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you haven't been to Ghana, try and come to Ghana. Just experience it at once. Experience. They're very, very helpful people. They try and help if you're lost. They try and help you out. Nothing negative. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, anywhere you've been, anything you want to share with us, put it in the comment section below. Please do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to share my videos and my name. And I hope to see you soon. Stay blessed, guys. Ciao.